What up, y'all? This is your boy Drae Dogg, and I'm back with a new video. Today we're going to talk about Arturia AstroLab 37, and I want to talk about the pros and the cons after using it for a few days, and tell you guys what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and we're going to dig deep into this wonderful instrument. Yes, it is good, but it does have flaws. So I'm going to be honest, I am not paid for this video. I am not a large YouTuber. I only have 650 subscribers. So if you want to support, you could always subscribe, help a brother out, help my channel grow. But I paid my own money for this. So I didn't have nothing got free. This is all bought with my own money. Okay, so now we're gonna dig deep into this review. Bear with me. And just because I have a lot of cons doesn't mean I don't like it, because there are a lot of cons. Be forewarned. Okay, now let's get into it. Alrighty, so now let's start with the pros. Pro number one is that this sounds amazing. The sound is incredible. I was blown away, actually, by how good this sounds. A lot of the sounds and the presets in here are very high quality, very studio ready. You can use it. You don't even have to do anything to them. You just use it and go. It's like having a portable Omnisphere, basically. But yes, so although it is very studio friendly, one of the cons is that you can't save any presets that you make or that you want to create directly onto the piano itself. You have to use the computer and then transfer the preset onto the piano afterwards. So that's one of the things that you have to keep in mind. But going back to the pros, it's very easy to use and create. The menu, extremely easy to navigate. Basically, just use the circle button and it takes you around anywhere you want. And, you know, it doesn't really take a lot of time. It's not really a large learning curve to it, which I thought was really good. Next one is, you never run out of sounds because there's at least 10,000 different presets on this. So you're never going to run out of things to use or sounds to use when you're using this piano. So that's a good thing. Keep that in mind. All you really need is this if you want to make whatever genre that you want. And another pro that I really enjoy about this is the fact that it has a chord and scale mode. You see that right there. Hopefully it shows up on the camera right there. You have chords and you have scales. You just press and hold that and it takes you to the scale and chord mode. And it's very elite because it has different types of scales. It has minors, majors, Mixolydian, Lydian, everything. And it has also chords as well. And you could choose to lock it. And when you change the different presets, it'll stay locked into that chord or locked into that scale, which is good because a lot of pianos don't have that option. So that's something that I really loved about this piano. And another pro is the app on the phone. I'll just pull that up right now so you guys can see. Give me 1 second. So it looks like this here. I'm not going to pull it up now because I have to plug in the piano and it's not plugged in. But the the idea of having an app connected to the piano is a good idea. It's a good look, and I think it's a good feature to have because it makes it a little bit more convenient, but there are some cons with the app, which I'll get into later. Another thing that I liked about this piano is that it's really fun to use, even for those of us who are not skilled in playing the piano. Like, I'm not a skilled piano player, but when you play this, it makes it easier to get around and to play the piano, even though you don't have basically any piano skill or piano formal training. So I'll also keep that in mind as well. And the last thing that I really love about this piano is the design. I love this wood grain right here. I thought that was such a nice touch to it. It really brings it out. And the fact that it's just very, for lack of a better word, sleek and lush. And yeah, it's just nice. Check it out. Very small, could fit in any studio. Yeah, and I really just love the design. So those are all my pros for this. So now we're gonna get into the cons, which are a lot of them. Because nothing is perfect in life, okay? But you have to deal with the pros and the cons. See? So here's where it gets complicated. So when I was going through some of the presets, one of the cons I realized is that some of the presets are limited and they don't travel across the entire piano octaves. So you'll be playing a preset and then sometimes if you go another octave up, it will stop playing on the keyboard for some reason. And I thought that was a bit strange because a lot of the presets, they don't do that, but some of them do have that strange error. So keep that in mind. Some of the presets are very limited. Okay, next con is, like I was saying before, you can't create your own preset directly onto the piano itself. You have to use either the computer VST to use it, to transfer it, or yeah, that's the only way actually. Use the computer VST to create the preset and then transfer it onto the piano itself. So it's not necessarily a true synthesizer, even though it has like synthesizer capabilities. All right, and let's get back into the phone app itself, because the phone app is very buggy. And I tell you, very buggy, it's very, very buggy. It sometimes doesn't even connect to the app itself. You have to keep going back and trying to reconnect. There are times where you'll try to connect to the Wi-Fi and it won't connect. Or you'll have to, if you exit the app while it's on, it won't reconnect to the piano automatically. You have to start the process all over again. So that you have to keep in mind, the app is very buggy and it's problematic. So even though it's a nice touch to have the app there and you could like control the piano from the app, it's not as good as it could be. And going into the Wi-Fi on the piano itself, the Wi-Fi is a bit tricky to use because sometimes it doesn't connect to the Wi-Fi in your house. So yes, the Wi-Fi is an issue when it comes to this piano. I hope that it's fixed in I guess a firmware update, hopefully in the future. But yes, so Arturia, if you're watching this, please update that software for me, please. And this is the biggest con that I have with this piano. This right here, the adapter is trash. It's so bad. The reason why this is bad because this doesn't have a lot of, like the power part right here. I'll show you. It disconnects because it's an international adapter. It has different adapter attachments. So this is the North American one here. But when you connect it, these little metal pieces here don't always connect into here. So it doesn't generate any power. You have to kind of wiggle it and kind of make it so that it's plugged in a certain way. For example, I'll show you here. See, I have my extension cord here. When I connect it to this, I have to kind of bend it to have it plugged in and generate power. It's not going to just plug in normally. So this is a big issue for me. I don't know if it's just my piano or if it's just all of them, but this right here, this is no good. So Arturia, I wish you would fix that because this is very bad. So I just wanted to show you what I mean when I talk about the power bank issue. So I'm going to turn it on and you'll see that it doesn't turn on even though it's plugged in right now. So I'm going to kind of have to wiggle this a little bit so it could actually turn on. See how I had to wiggle it? Now it's finally turning on here. And that's what I'm talking about when I say that the power bank here is the issue. Because it always has to do this just to get it to turn on. I wish this would improve. And the power bar itself, and the power button itself, I mean. Okay. See, and it just turned off. When I put the power bar down, it just turned off, see? So yes, Arturia, I hope you're paying. And one of the other cons that I have is the small screen. I wish it was a little bit bigger, honestly. But I mean, you can get used to it, but you may not get used to it. But I do wish it was bigger. Next thing I want to say is this menu dial here, it is not that accurate. It's not like the other ones where these other dials, they turn and they turn smoothly. This is a clicky dial, but this is a smooth dial. But the clicky one helps you to navigate more, but at the same time, it's not as accurate. You'll go onto a preset and then it kind of switches to the other preset if you're not like exact with the dial. So yes, the dial could be it leaves much to be desired, basically. But you can get used to it. But I'm just saying it is a bit tricky to use. And one of the things, this is more of a personal preference for me, the artist section in this piano, because it has like an artist section. Yes, it's nice to have one, but it was a bit disappointing to see the artists that were included and not included on it. I wish there was more Black artist representation on it, but that's a personal preference for me. You do have Prince, you have Stevie, you have Michael Jackson, you have The Weeknd, but you don't have many other Black artists on there. And even with the other artists that are on there, there are only a few presets on it. Like for example, I'll just show you later basically. But certain artists, there may be only 3 or 4 presets. Like, I just feel like that is a weakness in this. I'd rather have more options if you're gonna have artists and examples of their music, have more options of presets, because there's already 10,000 sounds in here. You could add more to give us more examples of their art. So yes, basically what I'm saying is the artist section is disappointing. You may not think so, but I definitely think that they could have improved it a lot more. Okay. Another thing is the vocoder. The vocoder presets, they're not that many. I wish there were more vocoder presets on here. And yeah, more vocoder presets. And some of the vocoder presets that are on here, they already have preset voices on them. So when you press the piano, it'll say the words. It won't let you sing into it or speak into it as the vocoder is supposed to be. So yeah, if that's what you are looking for, just keep that in mind, that the vocoder on this it could be improved a lot as well. And another thing is you will notice that the presets on here, they're not like the actual VST presets on the computer. A lot of them, they're not even on the piano itself. A lot of the pigment presets, I thought they would have had all of them, but a lot of them are not even on here. And a lot of them sound totally different from the computer version of them. So you'll be playing here and then it'll be the same exact preset that's on the computer version, but they sound totally different. So yeah, keep that in mind as well. Another thing I don't like is this power button here. I'm not a fan of it because for some reason when you press it, it's not reactive. And it could be because of the adapter issue, but the power button could be improved a lot. But you could live with it, but I'm not a fan of it. And the last thing I want to say is that there's no USB audio. So when you connect it, it's not going to translate the audio through the USB, and it can't be powered through the USB either. You could only power it through the adapter itself. So yes, keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting the AstroLab 37. All right, so there you have it. That's my thorough review of the AstroLab 37. Even though I did have some bad things to say and some good things to say, keep an open mind. It is a nice piano, and I do enjoy using it. But I just wanted to give you that real, unfiltered, and I just want you guys to know, keep your eyes open, and when you have new equipment, just make sure that you like it, make sure that you enjoy it, and make sure it helps you to become a better artist. Then don't just always collect stuff. I know it's tempting. It's very tempting to always get new stuff, but just make sure you're helping yourself become a better artist in the process getting new stuff. All right, and that's my opinion on the AstroLab 37. So make sure you like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it didn't keep you for too long, and hopefully I'll come back with some more stuff, and I'll also give you guys some examples of what is in here. You can also check out my other videos where I just play the presets and I do unboxings. So check you guys later. Peace.